Well, hello and welcome to At Home Today. I'm so glad to see you. You're looking great. You look fabulous. Keep doing what you're doing because you're looking good. I hope you had a great day. If you're on a diet, God bless you. Keep at it. Keep working. You're going to make it. Just keep in there. Keep doing it. And if you need to be on one, this is probably not the best program to be watching because today we're doing pies. All kind of pies. Fruit pies, cream pies. Oh boy. And the smell in this studio is incredible. But we're going to share the recipes with you in just a moment. You're going to be enjoying them. Trust me, I know you will. You know, I was thinking the other day, in fact, it was this morning in my devotional time with the Lord. Scripture says, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good." Who's the he? God. Oh, give thanks. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life today. If you will develop a thankful heart, a heart that says, in spite of the problem, in spite of the situation, in spite of my financial problem, or my marital problem, or my health, or some other thing, the crisis in your business, if you can take a step beyond that and choose, you know, being thankful is a choice. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. He wants you to do that. He desires you to be thankful. No matter what, be thankful. And you know, that's not easy. But when you make a choice to do that and you follow it through and you are thankful, you start to feel better about it. Lord, I don't understand why I'm going through this situation, but I'm going to thank you in spite of it because I know that you have my best interest at heart and you're going to bring me through. You always know that God will bring you through and you don't have to worry about, is he going to let me fall? I'm trusting in him, but is it going to work? It's going to work every single time because he's a faithful, faithful God. So today, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good and his mercy endures forever. We'll be right back in just a minute. Here's today's at-home hint. Here's today's at-home hint. To freeze whole berries, wash and dry them completely. Spread the berries in a single layer on a cookie sheet and freeze individually. When frozen, place in freezer Ziploc bags and return to the freezer.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, the first pie that we're going to demonstrate today is an apple pie. Not the traditional one. This is a little bit different. This apple pie doesn't have a double crust, and it doesn't even have like that Dutch crumbly crust, but it does have a crumble crust on the top. That's not easy to say. Anyway, first thing you want to do is have a pie shell, and I'm making this in a deep dish pie shell, pie plate. And because it will accommodate more apples, because this is very dense with apples. In fact, you can see I have this whole big bowl of apples that's going to mound in this crust. So you want to be sure that you have a deep dish pie shell, all right? And we have, these are Granny Smiths because these are very good when you're doing pies. It's a tart, but this has sugar in it, so this will balance one another out. And all we're going to do here, you make these thinly sliced so that they cook up evenly. And now we're going to mix some sugar right there and a lot of cinnamon. I hope you like cinnamon because this has lots of cinnamon in it. And this is 8 tablespoons total, but we're just going to put half of it in with the apples and we're going to use the other half in the topping, all right? So there's the cinnamon. We're also going to add some vanilla. Unusual, huh? And a bit of water. And what we'll do here is just mix this because we want this to coat all of these apples. This is a lot of apples. But you know what? This is, like I said, a little bit different a flavor and a taste to an apple pie. There's nothing like the traditional apple pie. I don't care what it is. When you smell that baking, it whets your appetite. But I like to try something different and unusual. And the Dutch topping, you know, with the butter and the brown sugar and the flour, that's one way to go. But this is, I saw this recipe and I thought, well, I'd like to try that. And we'll present it to the viewers, see what you think. Now, Paul will love this because it has so much cinnamon. He's a big cinnamon fan. And it does perk up flavor. So you want to make sure that that's coated very well. That little bit of water, now there's water on the apples, and also while you're cutting them, you're slicing them, you're going to want to put them in a lemon bath, which is a bowl with some water that you pour lemon juice in so that they don't turn brown. And that works a lot better than worrying about, oh, they're all brown, the apples are brown, they look ugly. That works for you because we had that in a water bath. But you want to drain them really, really well before you start to mix the sugar, the cinnamon, the vanilla, and the water. Okay, now this is going to mound up really high. All right, so you think, how's all those apples we're going to see together? First of all, we're going to start to spoon them in. That's why we do it nice and thin, because we don't want big chunks of apple here. Boy, it looks good already. That little bit of juice in there, let that go in, because that's just going to add some moisture. We don't want a dry pie. You might have to stop and rearrange them so that they stay in the pie crust. You see that? Pour them in. This makes a big pie. You don't have to have a big piece of this. You can have a smaller piece because it's very thick, and these apples will cook down. If you ever see, whoops, some tried to get away there. If you ever seen them, you start out with this big, huge, high pie. You put the crust on it, and when the apples cook down, there's a big hole, like, you know, the crust, there's nothing under there, and all the apples are like this small on the bottom. I don't think that's going to happen with this one. This is about 6 to 7 Granny Smiths. Might not need that many, and if you don't, that's all right, because we'll use a pie crust and we'll make some more, another pie or some little pies, which is kind of nice. You just want to make sure that the apples are evenly distributed. You don't want any holes anywhere. Pack them in there nice and firm, like so. Okay, now the topping is brown sugar, the rest of the cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, this would not be the pie you'd want. And some almonds. You can either use the sliced or these slivered. You just mix this really well together. You don't want any like big chunks of brown sugar, so you want to make sure that that's broken up very well. Just like that. Remember, all of these recipes are on our website, and you can always get the recipes for the whole month, which we'll tell you at the end of the program. We'll be sure to get your paper and pencil handy. If you're a new viewer, we welcome you, and we're glad that you're here. Okay, now I'm just going to start pouring this all over, better use this, the top of this pie. You're going to preheat your oven, and it's going to be at 350 degrees. Now, unlike some of the other pies, apple pies, that bake for an hour, this one only bakes 25 to 30 minutes because it doesn't have that crust. Okay? It doesn't have a double crust. You just have to bake the one crust. How about that? Is that a beauty or what? Yes. You want to make sure, move that around a little bit so some of that topping will go down in between the other apple slices. I think we got it there. Just want to make sure here. I think we're there. Now, preheat the oven, as I said, it's really important. Let me just wipe off. You want to be sure that you wipe the handles. Anything that has sugar in it, because if it cooks to that, you won't be able to get the apple pie out of the dish because it's stuck to the edge of the dish. You would think this would be real heavy. It's really not that bad. 350 degrees, preheated. We're going to put it right in there. Okay, Vinny, you get the picture?
Yep.
Beautiful. And I'm going to set the timer about 30 minutes. I'm going to give that, okay? Well, that's the first one. The second one is called confetti pie. And it's a cream pie, and it's a no-bake pie, which is kind of nice too. I like to do a variety of pies because some people just don't like to bake. Others like to bake, and that gives them a chance with the crust. But this pie, you start out with 2 graham cracker crusts. And you can make them or you can buy them. So convenient. You know when you get these little tops that come with them? Don't throw these away because you can take this off, turn it upside down, put it back on. You can transport it to wherever you have to take it, or even if you're just storing it in your refrigerator, it works well. So hang on to the lids. Okay, first of all, this is called confetti pies. We're going to take a can of sweetened condensed milk, get my scraper here, clean it all out. We need it all. Don't forget, if you're going to make that apple pie, you're going to want to have vanilla ice cream in the house. I'm saying that for our director, who he knows who he is. But it's always appropriate with an apple pie anyway. Okay? And then we're going to This is lemon juice. This is about a half cup of lemon juice. It's going to counteract the sweetness. And I'm going to use my mixer because I want to blend this. Okay. Mix this up until it's well blended. Just like that. Until you don't see that it's a liquid anymore. That's how long you want to blend it. And then we're going to add 8 ounces of Cool Whip. Now, we have a large one, but I'm just going to use half of it. And we're going to mix that in with the sweetened condensed milk and the lemon juice. Make sure you use about a half of it. Easy to judge. And when we're going to take a break, and we come back, we're going to finish this pie. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
If you're just joining us, we're making our confetti pies. We have an apple pie already in the oven baking. We're doing confetti pies, which are no-bake pies. We also have a berry pie that's coming up. But we've just taken our sweetened condensed milk, some lemon juice, and now we're incorporating some Cool Whip, about 8 ounces. And we're just mixing it around like that until it blends. Okay. Now, we're going to take, these are tidbits of pineapple that have been very, very, very well drained. And we're going to add that. Plus, we're going to add our mandarin oranges that have been very well drained. Just like that. Okay? And then we're going to beat that because this is supposed to break up. We want it to break up. This is called confetti pie. So it'll be tiny little pieces of the citrus through that cream filling. And we're going to put that in our graham cracker pie shells. I could see if you wanted to put coconut in here, that would be great. If you want to put some cherries in there, that would be great. You're supposed to beat this and beat it until it's really, really, really broken up very well, okay? This is enough to make you 2 pies, too, which is what I like. Because you can make one now, make one, throw it in the freezer for another time. Okay? This is basically, I'm really making a mess today, what you're going to have. And we're going to fill 1 pie shell. Bring the other one down here. I like these kind of pies because they're easy to put together and you can keep them in the fridge for somebody unexpectedly drops by. It won't take long for it to thaw. Just like that. Try to make it evenly proportioned. Okay. A little good, smells wonderful. Pineapple, it's kind of like a nice light citrus taste to it with the pineapple and the mandarin oranges. Nice combination. Again, you could put some coconut in there if you wanted to, or some cherries. Anything citrusy. If you really wanted to get bold, some sliced bananas might be nice on that. Maybe on the crust. I mean, let your imagination go. It doesn't have to follow this completely and literally exactly like I tell you. Let your imagination go. Now, get rid of some of this. When you have done that, you can then put it in the fridge, and it should chill for 4 hours, which we will do with these. Happen to have one right here that's been chilling. And you can see how it sets up. We use the lids again. Look how nice. And that'll cut because it's nice and firm. When you go to serve it, you're going to put some Cool Whip right on the top. Just like this. You don't have to put it all over. You can put just some spots of it. Sometimes I like to put it like a spoonful every here and there so that whenever you go to cut it, there's a little bit of Cool Whip on every slice. That's kind of nice. Just like that. And then decorate it with some cherries or something like that on the top, which we will when we come to the dining room, okay? So that's our confetti pies. 2 pies, and man, they're going to taste delicious. This next one is an awesome, awesome pie. that I know you're going to want to make. So simple. The only thing you have to do ahead is you have to make a glaze, because these are a variety of berries. And whatever berries are in season for you, that's the ones you want to use. I'm using strawberries, and I've cut them up so they're all kind of the same size as the other berries, if that makes sense. So we're going to use about that many berries. I have red raspberries. Oh boy. You see, they're not too heartily available, so we couldn't use too many of those. We have some blackberries. They're beautiful colors. Blueberries, which are so good for you. So we're going to use a lot of them. There's the blueberries. And some wonderful red cherries that we've pitted, cut in half. We're going to use a ton of those. We're going to use all of them because they're good, okay? Now we're going to mix this around. We have a pie shell that's already been baked and completely cooled. You want to do that ahead of time. That has to be cooled because this doesn't bake. All you do is assemble this after you've baked that. But we make a glaze, and here's what's in the glaze. Come over here with me, it's on the stove. Here's our glaze right here. And it has a half a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, a pinch of salt, and 3/4 of a cup of water. And you're going to cook that 10 to 15 minutes till it thickens. And then what you're going to do is take it off, and you're going to pour this glaze over your berries. Okay? You'll pour this right over the berries. You add a few crushed like raspberries to it to give it a pink color. And you're also going to, if it doesn't come out real pink, add a little drop, 1 drop of red food coloring. Because you don't want a white glaze, you want something that's pink, that's very berryish, okay? It's probably not a word, but I just made one. Okay, and now we're going to mix it again, just like that, around and around. This looks like a lot of berries, but you know what? The best pie I ever ate was a raspberry pie that was this high above the crust, and it was awesome. There's a wonderful farm not far from here that we go and get them occasionally when they're in season. Then you just pile these berries. Isn't they beautiful? Oh my. Blueberries. Look at the color combination. You know, isn't God awesome? He could have made all the fruits the same color. He didn't do that. He made them all different colors. The red cherries, the blueberries, the red strawberries. Look at the green in the kiwi. Look at the yellow in the pineapple. Oh my. Awesome. So we're going to pile these berries into our pie shell. Pile them up. If they try to escape, you get them back. And you want to just keep piling them on, because this has to go into the refrigerator, and this will cool and chill for a few hours. When that glaze gets cold, that's what holds all the berries together. And I tell you what, it's going to be awesome. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be in the dining room and we'll be serving pie and coffee. I hope you can join us. We'll be right back.
Just go to ctvn.org/at-home to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/at-home to get today's recipes now.
Let's start here with our apple pie. Look at this apple pie. Is this awesome? It's so hot out of the oven I can't even cut it. It's just the smell with that cinnamon. And you know what? The recipe doesn't say it, but I just dotted some butter on the top of that because I wanted that to soak down through there because it looked a little dry, but you're going to enjoy it, believe me. Next to it, down there in the front, are our confetti pies, and we just decorated with some cherries that are still on the stems and some slices of orange, just for a decoration on top of some Cool Whip. That is an easy to do, awesome pie. Even Norma Bixler, my dear friend who happened to be in the studio, she said, boy, that'd be great for a Christmas. Wouldn't that be nice? Very festive looking, put some mint leaves on there to bring out the greens. That would be very nice. And in the middle of the 2 confetti pies is our Arlene's berry pie. Now I have to tell you, you say that's a pile of berries. Yes, it is. And you know what? It's not overly sweet and it's not overly tart. You sweeten that according to the taste and the sweetness of the berries. But that combination is wonderful. And I know that your family, when you pull that out of the refrigerator to serve, they're going to ooh and ah and ah and ooh. And all we've done, we've added some wonderful, delicious, fresh brewed coffee. Make a big pot, make a steaming pot of coffee. Invite some folks in for a piece of pie. We're just showing how many fruits are available. There's all kinds of fruits out there. You could put peaches in a pie like that. You could cut up some pears. You could put plums in that. Whatever fruit is in season, that's the way you make a glazed pie. And don't forget to add a few of those little strawberries or raspberries into the glaze to color it along with that 1 drop of red food coloring. We hope you've enjoyed today's program. It's always great when the family gets together. You know, you're very important. You're important to us because you're part of our family. You're important to God because He desires to have a relationship with you. And I hope you've made that important decision in your life. Be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you here at home. We'll see you then.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.